Hey gang, this is Scott back for another round of punishment with day 2 on Don't Starve. Now, we're going to pick up right where we left off. We have Wilson, who has taken on the role of the official headband wearing fool. We made a little flower wreath to wear around so that we maintain our sanity. Just something we can do early game, even though sanity's not really a point. This early on, I still wanted to show how you can maintain it. There are a lot of methods for maintaining sanity in the game. There are certain things you can eat. I believe the green mushroom gives back like 50 sanity, but it does cost you health. So keep in mind there are ways to do it, but in general, this is just one. I just thought I would demonstrate. So I'm picking up carrots, I'm picking up flint, I'm picking up berries, I'm picking up a lot of stuff. You can also eat flowers to heal yourself. So I'm just kind of grabbing random stuff. This is only day 2, so I'm not really concerned about too much yet. This is still going to be very easy for us. I am collecting a lot of food, by the way, and food does spoil, and you can tell it's spoiling. But if you look at the top part of this bar, you see it's not all green all the way up now. That means that those sliced carrots that I cooked last evening are not as good as they were. Now we can eat them up to a certain point where they become stale and they do next to no good, or they'll hurt you depending on how stale they are. There is one character who is the robot that you can choose to play who can eat stale food. So, you know, I'm actually going to stop picking up carrots now because I'm picking them up and they're just going to rot in my inventory, and that's not very handy. I'll walk around with a bunch of stale carrots that eventually you have to let go of. So I'm going to stop picking up food and leave it for another time. That means that it'll be there. Hopefully it won't come back. There are some things that do eat food. There's a gobbler, a giant turkey that walks around, can appear out of any berry bush, and can eat your berries right as you're rushing for the berry bush. It'll be rushing for it as well. The nice thing is that they drop a drumstick and some meat, so they are quite killable. Alright, here's my warning that time has come to an end. I'm going to make this a little bit longer, so we'll maybe go through day 3, or a bit of the day 3 here. So I'm still exploring, and you see where we've gone on the island. I'm still looking for another grassland. That's this yellow area here where my beefalo are going to be living. I'm looking for spiders, I'm looking for beefalo, and I'm looking for bees, and I'm looking for pigs. Those are the main things we need to kind of get to the advanced parts of the game and actually survive for a good 100 days or 200 days. So what I'm doing now is I'm kind of finding the perimeter of, again, my island by walking along the edges. Now, so here's some frog ponds. Frogs are wicked, so don't play with those early on. Nice road. So the roads, you walk faster on the roads. Note that most of the time the roads do lead somewhere interesting. They're a good place, or a good idea to follow them, because where they're placed is usually somewhat interesting. And this is going to be a giant loop and a waste of time. So there we go. Hey, that's great. Nice. Just after I said it was going to be interesting. Here's another field. So we're looking for a big mound of poop. That's right, we want poop. We need manure from the beefalos in order to get to the advanced parts of the game. Manure is used to create the advanced gardens so we can grow our own food, which is critical. There is no way to collect enough food fast enough later on when it gets cold, because you can't wander that far from your campfire at night, or you'll freeze to death. So I'm going to walk down this road south here. Again, I'm looking for signs that there's some beefalo somewhere in this pasture. And because it's a long road, it's a pretty big area. I'm hoping. That was disappointing. So let's go up here. So I'm going to try and find the western edge of this. There's a really big piece of grass. And okay, so it's water. So again, I'm kind of ignoring the rabbits. There are lots of ways to kill rabbits. We'll get to those as we get to more advanced days. But the most important thing I need to do right now is I need to get a campfire built. And I want to build the one that's got the... Oh, it has a spider. Good. Now, you don't want to build your spider... You don't want to build your campfire near spiders, because they are nocturnal. And they will come and attack you. So I'm just going to pick a spot right about here and build my campfire. Remember, you must get it done before actual night takes place, or you will die. Now, I've got some pine cones here. I'm going to use those as fuel, just because they're fun. And it frees up a spot in my inventory. Now, I can get additional inventory slots, but what I need to do is I need to build a science machine. That's here. Now, I already know that I'm missing a gold nugget for that, and I have my pickaxe, so if we find a rock that has gold veins running through it, we know if we crack that rock, we're going to get some stone, some flint, and we'll get a gold nugget. And that we can use to build our science machine, but once you build it, you can't move it. So my goal is to find a nice place where I can build this fire pit, which is this option here. We need more stone for that, as we'll pick up as we'll go. The fire pit doesn't go away, and all you need to do is dump wood in it in order to bring it back to usable state. So you don't need to use all the resources that you do to build a typical fire. So I'm going to cook some of the carrots here. These are pretty fresh, so I'm going to worry more about these stale berries. I have 5 stale berries. So I'll cook all those up. Yeah, fire's getting low, but we'll probably make it. If you're scared about that, you can always just throw a tuft of grass on it. The dark area can come right in around the wood, and you'll still make it. So we'll probably make this one, but just add some fuel just to be sure. Okay, so we're going to eat some carrots, and you see that it restores to health. So pretty handy. And then the roasted berries, same thing. And so there we go. So morning. And we live yet again. So there's some seeds. As I said, seeds are important, so you do want to collect those. We only have 3 right now, which is pretty pitiful. I mean, normally focusing on the game more, if I were playing this a lot more seriously, I guess, what am I saying? I am playing it seriously. I would be collecting seeds, going out of my way to make sure I grab every seed that I see somewhere on the screen. Man, there are huge. This is a huge freaking field. I am surprised there's no beefalo in this field. That is enormous. Ah, beefalo. Hello. Now, beefalo, as the name implies, drop a lot of meat when they're killed. However, when you make one mad, they all get mad, and they're pretty powerful. They're useful for a couple of things. If every 7 to 8 days, I believe it is, the hellhounds will come and try and kill you. Initially, only 2 spawn, but later in the game, over a dozen can spawn. Those hellhounds become problematic. So the coolest thing you can do is you can run into the beefalo field, and the hellhounds will get attacked by the beefalo, and they'll kill them. Now, you can't eat monster meat, and we'll talk about that later, but all the monsters, spiders, hellhounds, and so on drop monster meat. And if you eat it, it costs you continuous health. And although it does give you an initial relief from hunger, the long-term effects of eating the monster meat are bad. It's even more pertinent when it comes to the pigs, which we'll talk about when we find some. If a pig eats 4 monster meat, then it turns into a werepig, and they're a lot stronger and very aggressive. So rather than being a potential friend, the werepig becomes a problem. Now, I can walk in amongst the beefalo right now without a problem. Later on, they'll start making their weird little mating call, and their butts will turn red. During that time, they're in their mating season, and you don't get near them at that point because they will attack you. And again, they attack as a herd, and that's bad. So we're collecting our giant piles of poo here. Now, I like this this field, and it's next to, hey, there's some bees. This is looking promising. We know there's spiders. Down here we saw some spiders. So this is looking fairly cool. So let's wander around a bit. I think this might be near where we're going to want to call home. Now, I like, strategically, I want to possibly make my camp up next to the edge of the map where there's water, because I know I won't get attacked from that side. So there's some swamp up here, at least some potential frogs. Not swamp, but there's some frogs here. They can be problematic. There's some carrots, that's nice. This is looking like a pretty hospitable area. Let's see what's in this. Okay, here's a road. I tend to like to build my camp near a road. So if I get lost, I can just look for the road, and that gets me to my camp a lot sooner. Seeds. Yes. Okay, now my biggest problem is stone. We talked about the very first, pretty much first moments we spawned. I saw the stone and I said, okay, I gotta harvest that right away, because getting stone is probably one of the hardest aspects of the game, because all the stone occurs, or most of the stone occurs in some of the most barren parts of the map, and they don't offer much aside from the stone. So going there is not fun and really boring. But at this point, it's the thing that's killing us, because we can't make our fire pit. Here's some stone. We can't make a science machine. No, smart guy. I just made another pickaxe. I didn't need to do that. I already had a pickaxe, I was thinking. That was a waste of time. And a slot. Okay, well, that was dumb. Anyway, and here's some spiders. Now, spiders, remember, they come out at night, so we don't want to camp near those. How are we doing here? Okay, so we found this edge, a little island, or inlet, peninsula, rock. Well, the good news is that we have enough rock now to make our campfire. So we'll make a permanent camp. When I say permanent camp, meaning we're going to build all our goodies in and around that. Not that you have to stay there. But it's nice to have a place on the map you're going to call home. So I think I like to be far enough from the beefalo that they're going to wander into my camp when they're in heat and then kill me. So I don't want to be too close, but I also want to be close enough that when I have a problem, meaning I'm being attacked by some creatures that I can't deal with, I can run into the beefalo pasture. They'll all murder each other, and I'll walk away with some proceeds from that, because hey, there's some spiders, nice, next to the beefalo. So we're not going to build our house right there. How about right here, next to the end of the road? Oh, that sounded promising, or foreboding, didn't it? The end of the road. So, campfire. You kind of want to think about how you're going to lay out your camp later, like we talked about. We'll put some gardens in and around here. We'll put our science factory, our science machine. So I'm going to build the fire close to the road, so I can see by its light, I can see all around. Okay, I'm going to eat some of my berries that I roasted the previous night, because they're delicious. Okay, and here's an opportunity for me to say plant some pine cones, if I had some. Looks like I don't have any. I can't make my science machine, which is bumming me out. There's no rabbit holes near here, so making a rabbit trap is dumb. Actually, we have some down in beefalo pasture, but I can't walk that far right now because of the time of day that it is. So, spider. If you just click and hold down on the spider, you will kill it. Now, the spider drops monster meat, web, or some glands, which can help you with healing. So they're really an important part of the game, and you're going to want to be near them, but not near them. And that's about it. So, take a look at our fire. It's a little bit low, so one log on it is plenty to go. The 3 minutes that evening will last here. And then we'll probably make a rabbit trap, go down and trap some rabbits just for giggles. But I really need to find some gold. We haven't even found a stony area yet. So I think the next what we'll do tomorrow is we're going to wander over in here and see if we can find some stony area. I'm betting that this all abuts water down through here, because we see the water down here. I'm betting this is something like this. So probably our stone isn't existing over here. It could be in here. We have some water here. So we're just going to have to wander around and explore our map a bit and see what we can see. But that's the strategy for today. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Otherwise, we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. Cooking our little morsels here until we have a reason to do otherwise. We'll get a rabbit or two. Now, we'll talk about rabbit strategy later on, but there's a lot of things you can do with rabbits. You can make earmuffs out of them, which you're going to need for the wintertime. You can cook them and make meat. You can give those morsels to pigs. We'll talk about pig strategy. And also, when we get to the crock pot, we'll talk about all the cool things you can do there. But again, all that starts down a long road of killing the creatures in the game. which is also a problem because the game doesn't like that you kill its creatures. So if you kill too many, then you'll spawn another monster that will come to basically pay back from Mother Nature, which we obviously don't want to encourage. So trying to take it a little easy. I mean, you can go quite kill happy and still not get that level of revenge, but we're not going to test those waters. There's ways to do this without having to do the killing yourself as well, planting traps and other things along that lines. So anyway, we'll talk about that later. So hopefully you enjoyed this, and please leave a comment below. Let me know if there's any questions or anything specific you'd like me to cover in the next video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.